So today we're doing another collector's edition unboxing. I know these are not the most popular things these days. They've kind of fallen out of favor and fame, but I am actually still a big fan of them. And today's is a little different as it has its own little story attached. And of course, I'm leading into it, but you've already read the title. This is Darksiders Genesis Collector's Edition, which just got here from Amazon. Now you may notice the date is January 23rd at the time of recording, probably a little while after it when you're watching. The game came out nearly a month ago at this point. The Collector's Edition did not get to me at all. I pre-ordered it back in August, and I know pre-ordering, I have many of my own issues with it. I only do it for specific games, and when I want specific Collector's Editions, I enjoy me a good, isometric dungeon crawler Diablo-light game, and thought Darksiders Genesis looked like a lot of fun, and I wanted to check it out. So again, I pre-ordered back in August. We didn't have a firm release date just yet. Then the release date came out. It was sometime in December. The game came out. I tried to avoid hearing as much as possible about it because I figured, I'd be getting my collector's edition of it, and it never came. Kept checking Amazon. Eventually it got scheduled for delivery for January 20th, 2020, which seemed ridiculous. I held on, kept holding out her hope around the new year. My community manager, IceOrb, actually pre-ordered it at the same time as I did, and his order actually got canceled from Amazon. And apparently THQ Nordic has a history of some issues with their collector's editions and with these Amazon orders. January 20th rolls around, hadn't shown up yet. I get a notice from Amazon that my new scheduled delivery date was February 20th, which is ridiculous. I was gonna let it go for a little bit, didn't feel like dealing with Amazon support, seeing what I could get out of it, but I did keep tweeting THQ Nordic just to see if I would get an official answer as to what was going on. I never did, but then yesterday I got the notice that it was on its way, and suddenly it's here. And I honestly didn't expect to get what I actually ordered, but judging by this box in here, I think I might have actually gotten the dang collector's edition for this game. Now, I did buy this for PC because that's where I wanted to play it, but I did still want the collector's edition. It is definitely a little beat up. We've got some rough corners here, but it appears we got it. PC version and everything. Now, this is the UK release of it, as you can tell by the PEGI rating, but that shouldn't be a problem for the Steam code. I am kind of disappointed at how destroyed this box is. Wonder what it went through to get to me here. It's completely unglued. There's this outer frame here that's supposed to be glued to it, and it's completely unglued. This is one of the worst condition new quote-unquote collector's editions I've ever received, I will say. There's one little sticky tab at the bottom I need to cut. The bottom is completely got black gunk on it. That is not, detail. That is just gunk. I feel like this was lost in a warehouse and got dropped in a pallet or something at some point before it finally made its way to me. I have no idea. So here's what obviously the main art for it looks like. Darksiders Genesis. A little preview of what's to come on the back. We're gonna hide that for a minute. And then we get this nice little box with additional art going around it. Pretty nice. Okay, my cat just jumped in the box. Alright. Then we have the figure front and foremost here at the start. This thing is big. Beefy boy. Yeah, THQ Nordic always does these massive collector's editions for their Darksiders games. I remember the Darksiders 3 one came with the four horsemen statues, and it was $400. It was absurd. There was no way I was going to pay for that. I will try to get it cheaper used at some point. Alright, so we get the figure box, and then we have this other Darksiders Genesis box here. That's everything that comes in this one. A little bit of protection foam. This does feel like it's already been opened. That's not very reassuring. We have beautiful steelbook case of the game here, Darksiders Genesis. I will say, I prefer my steelbooks to still say the name of the game on the side, since I do still put them spine out sometimes, but that's fine. And of course, since I did get it on Steam, it is completely empty. I understand why, but it is still kind of frustrating when I get collector's editions of PC games and there's no actual disc with it. I'm a physical collector guy, as you know here. I want a physical copy of my game in some form. Give me a DVD, tell me I have to download updates. The art on the inside is really cool though. That is shiny and really nice. The Destiny 2 collector's edition I got, I don't know if I made a video on that or not, actually had a paper CD in there because it still had the steelbook with the key on it, which is funny. This one doesn't. I don't know where my key would be. I hope there's still a key in here. Alright, what else we got? We have the official soundtrack, music by Gareth Coker. Coker? See, that comes on a CD, so you're physically capable of making discs for this. I love game soundtracks, by the way. I collect so many game soundtracks, both on CD and on vinyl. And so I'm super stoked to get this ripped and playing. Beautiful CD cover, too. Huge fan of that. Got 21 tracks on it. Not bad. I approve. Got a nice little sticker sheet here. I, of course, put stickers on everything. If you've seen my retro room tour, it is awesome. Ah! Then we have an art book. Big, tall art book, too. Lots of art from the game. I get some B-roll of that if I can. Always awesome. Okay, and then we have a separate actual game case here. So this is probably where the key is, and maybe a disc, because this has some heft to it. So this is the actual game case, so that's interesting. They include... Honestly, I'm torn. Because I'm sure at some point I will like it because I like having display cases for games and things like that, and I will like having, you know, something to physically show extra on top of the normal game case. But sometimes I do get annoyed when they ship a normal game case with a steelbook, because that just means I have two cases with only one copy of the game, and that just gets kind of awkward. So it's this weird like cardboard case design that a few games have come with, where it's not like a plastic case. You can slide it open. Got a little foam cover here. We do get 2 DVDs. One of them fell out. That exposes my key, so I won't show that to you. Get that back in there. But I am impressed. They did actually include 2 DVDs. I'm guessing both of them won't fit at the same time in the steelbook, so I could actually pull out one, put it in the steelbook, keep this one here, and just display 2 of them if I want. That would be weird, but I have the option if I want it available to me. But kudos, I was complaining. They did actually include a physical copy, so... Okay, I'm not too disappointed after all. I'm going to put the foam back in here, just to keep it safe. I'm sure that will degrade over time. And then, of course, the actual back to the case is just this little paper insert. This is always weird, because, like, what do I do with this? I can sort of slide it back in, but without the, you know, cell phone or stealing plastic, it's always just kind of going to hang out kind of awkwardly, but that's fine. And then we have the figure itself, which is, of course, the biggest part of the collector's edition here. We have Strife. This is definitely going on a shelf. And I'm stoked for this because this might actually be my last collector's edition until March, when Doom Eternal gets here. Another collector's edition that I had a nightmare trying to get a complete order on Amazon, because those also kept getting canceled and running out of stock. But mine has yet to be canceled so far, so knock on wood that I will be getting that helmet put next to my Master Chief helmet in March. Hopefully not 2 months later like this, or 1 month later. This thing is so over the top, and of course I feel compelled to keep the box itself too. So I don't know where I'm going to store that. I make things way harder for myself than they need to be. This is pretty sick. Definitely smells like fresh plastic, straight from the factory. So here's the base. Nice and detailed. Got the skulls on it, the masonry. Pretty sick. It has no battery compartment, so no lights or anything, just kind of hollow plastic shell on the bottom there. That's fine. Then we have Strife himself. This is really sick. I'm actually really loving this right now. And see, here's the figure himself in all his glory with his dual guns. He's got the holsters on the side. His cape, battle damaged, burned up a little bit. That's fine. Very detailed, very shiny metal looking. Could use a little bit more grit to it, but they did a pretty good job overall. This is pretty phenomenal. And then it looks like you have 2 different ways to put him on the stand here. Oh no, just one. I didn't see the 4 holes in his feet. Let's see if I can get him on the stand real quick. Something I've run into a surprising number of times, not here, but with figures in general, is getting figures that come with stands that they don't actually fit on. Like I have a lot of DBZ figures, Dragon Ball Z figures, and a lot of them come with stands that it's just like impossible to get their feet in. But here we go. Got Strife on this dope, awesome stand. This is pretty crazy, I gotta say. This is awesome, and I am super stoked to jump in the game and give it a go. I'll probably have a separate video talking about my thoughts on the game and diving in as someone who loves that style of more casual Diablo light, as I call them, role-playing games, or hack-and-slash games, ARPGs, dungeon crawlers. Pretty stoked for this game. This figure is phenomenal, definitely worth the collector's edition, and the wait. That just meant that I didn't get to play the game. I was so close to ordering it on Steam separately anyway. I would have done it had I bought this on console. I would have just bought it on Steam and played it on Steam and kept the console version, but I didn't want 2 versions of the same game. Maybe I should have done it anyway and given the second key to someone who, you know, could play with me or something. But either way, super stoked for this game. This collector's edition is awesome. I'm going to go install it, play. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more gaming content. I'm rebranding this channel at the moment. Instead of just Vox Gaming, it's now going to be Vox Bites, and it's going to be, you know, just secondary channel stuff that doesn't either have the same production value or the same tech focus as my main channel, because I want to do gaming content and things like this. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I already have a new banner. It is freaking awesome. Had a lot of fun making that last night. I've been super sick for like all of this month, so I haven't had any motivation for real work, so getting those creative juices out on something I did enjoy was great. Alright, thank you for watching. See you later.